life cycle assessment, just a few words to start with. Of course, it sounds a bit technical, and the room already shows that this is becoming more and more an important theme also for European legislators. Why is that the case? Is that what we are doing is delivering and developing usually policies for develop and stimulate alternatives. So I'm very, very glad that I can host this session and that we can stimulate this debate in order to have more influence with our life cycle assessment and policy making than we have done until now.
In order to make life cycle assessment really an efficient tool in policy making, we need to work on things like quality of data availability and getting the details right. We need to agree common rules, because if we do that, then we can provide a simplified communication to consumers, which doesn't mean simplistic, but which means a communication which is based on solid grounds, but which is communicated in an easy way, because consumers can make the change and also industries can make the change if they have a tool which is good, solid and reliable.
If you want to do these environmental assessments correctly and with comparable results, you really need to get the nitty-gritty details right. A recycling formula, for example, which is at the moment in one of the 5 annexes of our product environmental footprint, has drawn a lot of attention from stakeholders, because there we might not have got it 100% right, and we are listening to the input from stakeholders, and we are not only listening, but we are very likely to change that recycling formula again, because it is a very important one for the final results. What we here as a Commission are trying to do is to bring in some kind of harmonization to avoid that there's a mushrooming world of these kind of environmental assessments of products, which will lead to a lot of effort spent on fulfilling the assessments according to specific requirements from a specific retailer, from a specific member state, and less money being available to actually do the job of environmental improvement. And that is what we want to avoid. We want to avoid, yes, there need to be thorough assessments with data quality requirements, with quality assurance, but you don't need to do it as an elevated cost to the industry if you have one harmonized method, which is hopefully practical and understandable for everybody.
Well, the important message, very good to be here as PlasticsEurope for the plastics manufacturers in Europe here. I got out of this message a willingness to work together with the industry, the Commission, on this life cycle assessment, to look at the opportunities on how we can move now forward in developing a methodology internationally also that we can use to move the sustainability agenda. So it was an extremely useful event in that case. PlasticsEurope has been very involved since the 1990s already with this great vision, I can tell, to develop these eco-inventories. These are the building blocks that you need for a life cycle assessment. With those we have developed more sustainable products, and we continue to work through that in the sustainability agenda.